Hey, what is happening, you cheeky Charmander? Today, I'm showing off a new Bastiodon build that I made. And the idea behind this build was just, can we use Genesect, if we use Genesect, to help set up our Bastiodon through our Shieldons to the Bastiodon by using Genesect's Metallic Signal ability? What would synergize best with that idea? And the first thing I tried was Metagross. And honestly, the deck feels pretty cool. It's pretty big, pretty heavily reliant on going second. We're not playing Trolley as our ace spec, but we're playing Secret Box. So turn one, we want to play Petrol to get Secret Box, to play Secret Box, to find Buddy Poffin, Air Balloon, Fossil Quarry, and then our follow-up supporter for next turn, which usually has to be Dawn, because we don't actually play any Ultra Ball in this deck, and we don't play Trolley. So we have no way to find Genesect besides drawing into it, or using the supporter Dawn to then find it on the next turn. And you might be thinking Dawn is a little bit redundant because it does search for a stage 1 and a stage 2, but Genesect does it already. But because we're not using Genesect on the first turn of the game, and because we need so many evolution Pokemon by turn 3, it's nice to have some extra stage 1, stage 2 Pokemon search so we can more aggressively get our Metangs and our Shieldon into play to build up into the Metagross and the Bastiodon. And on the first turn of the game, through the Buddy Poffin, we could look for the Itchy Pollen. It is an option, but we don't have to use Itchy Pollen. We could just put an extra Beldum in play instead, or develop an extra Beldum, or an extra Armor Fossil that we get off of our Fossil Quarry, of course, by using Secret Box turn 1 to find that. Then we build up into the Bastiodon, which limits a lot of decks in the format, makes them struggle. Dragapult doesn't like to go against Bastiodon. The Festival doesn't like to go against Bastiodon. Decks like that, you really slow them down. And then other matchups, we can slow them down with Itchy Pollen and then just use Metagross as our main attacker and just take like 3 KOs on like 2 prize Pokemon or something like that. Also have a Gravity Mountain and a Brave Bangle in here to increase the damage that our Metagross is doing. And the other supporters in here, besides the Petrol and the Transceivers to help find the turn 1 Secret Box, got the Dawns, like I mentioned, then 1 Boss and 1 Gwen. We can utilize that Genesect to get out excess Metangs, which usually doesn't happen. Is usually Shieldons and Beldums, or excuse me, Bastiodons, that we have excess that we can use to fuel a Gwen for some draw power in the mid game. Now, because Metagross is the main attacker, we are going to burn through a lot of energy, so I do play 2 Energy Recycler in this deck. And also, don't forget, Genesect and Bastiodon are attackers in this deck, and we do definitely want to utilize them pretty consistently, especially the Genesect as our potentially turn 2 or turn 3 attacker to initiate the prize trade. 1 Night Stretcher. I did have 3 Metagross in here at first. Then I went to a Night Stretcher. I'm actually not too sure on this, to be honest. 3rd Metagross might just be better than the Night Stretcher overall, but the Night Stretcher has a little bit more flexibility to it, and we do have a ton of Team Rocket's Petrol to help find it. 15 Basic Metal Energy, and that's it. That's the build. This is by far my favorite way to play Bastiodon that I played with. There's so many different ways you can play Bastiodon. There's going to be more to try in the future, but with that said, let's jump some action, and I'll show y'all how it runs. Do you think it's possible for a sponsor to contact you after posting so many positive results from online tournaments? No. I mean, the answer is not no, but it shouldn't be an expectation. Not be an expectation. It's not no, but not an expectation. Okay. I mean, Bastiodon's like useless in the mirror match, right? Like, I didn't need to go do that though. I didn't need to do that. And I have yet to go second with this deck. And synergize with Spike Month a bit? It does, yeah. I mean, how does Gwen help Grim? It synergizes with Spike Month. And then we just like play a higher Pokemon count so we have more options for game plans, and then we discard the other Pokemon that we don't need for the matchup of the situation. Like against Dragapult, we sometimes want... What the fuck is that? Against Dragapult, what the fuck? I don't know about that guy. Against Dragapult, we sometimes want like 1 Frostlass, but up against like Festival, we do want 2 Frostlass. So we play a 3/3 Frostlass, and then Gwen discards the other Frostlass pieces. Theoretically, hypothetically. Theoretically, hypothetically, presidentially. Well, they didn't get a what's it called themselves. Yeah, I definitely with that pollen here. Itchy. Is your updated to canon list available anywhere so I can see changes? Yeah, it's in the Discord. All my lists are always in the Discord. Well, I haven't like given up on the Terra build, like the one you've been playing, but like I think so far the Dunsparce build has felt the best from what I played. But I wouldn't say I've given up on Terra yet. Yeah, the point about bench mods not being needed for each matchup is convincing me on Gwen and Grim. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you just don't need everything all the time. Just need something some of the time. Am I about to beam this? I don't even know. I'm about to beam him. Your retreat locked? Oh, so I am, yeah. Be that way sometimes. Well, would you look at that? Honestly, I should have set up this just to have an attacking option. I kind of trolled. Just have another attacker. I'm gonna run out of attackers this game for sure. I should have set up one Bastiodon to be an attacker. Right now I have 3 Metagross and a Genesect, and that's it. It's not good, by the way. It's not good. I know this guy was a rat like that, but massive rat. I have an IRL tournament with 140 players. I have no idea what I'm going to play, so I might play Grim if it works well. I mean, I don't know if I'd base your deck choice just on how... What you're saying, based on like how it goes for me in this tournament? Yo, I appreciate the gift sub there. Rolf over to floor. I also prize the Metagross.
Itching.
Question as well, why play 1 Frostlass in the Grim Pult matchup? To build up damage in play. Depends if you're ahead on the Monkey Dories or not. But if you have like the Monkey Dory advantage, it's just like free damage. Way to like pressure your opponent. Alright, we're dead. Perfect. You've activated my main attacker, Genesect EX. You fool. You fool. I should actually... No, I have this to shuffle, so I can do this first. I have 12 cards in deck. No energy, okay. What is this game? A Petrol... Oh my gosh, that's a lot of good cards on the bottom. Wait, I can guarantee a top deck of a Petrol if I go Metal Maker, Metal Maker. Wait, that's insane. I guarantee a top deck of a Petrol if I Metal Maker again. For the next 4 cards... are Petrol, Transceiver, Pokegear, right? Insane. Guaranteed. Is it worth not taking Lilies in an Alakazam deck? I don't think I played Lily in Alakazam, no. I don't kill this guy. I don't have any way to kill this guy, actually. Kind of unfortunate. Guy just surviving out here. I can't believe it. But lucky. Yeah, here's where I could have attacked with a Bastiodon if I had set one up. I didn't set one up. I should have set one up. Not set up that last Beldum. I should have just like not got the Beldum and then got the Badoo off the Buddy Poffin. Oh boy. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. What Beldum is better? The one in my deck. Can they deck me out from here? I mean, maybe. We'll see how it goes. My opponent's gonna mill 2 petrol or petrol transceiver or Pokegear transceiver or petrol Pokegear. No, they're never whiffing energy here. We never play as if energy's being whiffed. It just never is. My opponent does need like 5 energy this turn to KO me. Oh, maybe it's like fine. I don't know. What does it do? Oh. I feel like Iron Tackle just has to be better. I feel like it's not even close. You can play... Nah. Why wouldn't they boss up... What? What just happened there? I feel like that's like a psycho play from my opponent there. Why did they just do that? Let me just grab a petrol. I have that control over where the cards are. The recycler's on the bottom. Okay. Oh, they didn't, because they're not KOing my active, so they didn't want to just punch it. Okay, that makes way more sense. I was so confused there for a second. I was like, how my opponent feels like, it feels like my opponent's just inting here. What is going on? But no, the play makes sense. The play makes sense. They're waiting for the 1 hit. Now they have the 1 hit. What about AOE box? AOB box is not a question. That is not a question. You can't just put a question mark at the end of anything. Watch, I'll show you. Turtles is a question. The answer is always yes. They could mill my boss here. They have a 50-50 chance. Oh no, they're not milling this turn. Oh, we're safe. We're safe from a mill. Wait, they are milling. What the fuck? Fuck you. What? You rat? You fucking rat. Insane rat move from my opponent. I'm not gonna lie. They just don't want the 2 prize cards. They're like, nah, fuck the prize cards. Insane rat maneuver, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I messed up. I can actually, by doing this, I can know what my top deck is. My top deck is now a recycler. Okay, now the game just bugs. Okay, cool. Sick, man. Super sick. Well, all right, we're back. I don't know if we're actually back, though. Now, I know my top deck is a recycler, so I can knock this out. And if I don't get Metagross off the prize cards, I can Petrol for Night Stretcher and go Metagross and knock out their next thing. It would be nice to just get the Metagross here as well. Sick. Squad. You asked too many questions and good questions that broke the game.
Yeah.
Dude, my opponent is such a fucker. Like, look at this bullshit. Just play the game, bro. Like, what? You're such a rat. You're such a rat. My opponent will do anything but draw prize cards. My opponent is such a rat with these plays. Holy smokes. There's a recycler on the bottom. Of course, the game bugs again. Control player at heart. They must be, yeah. There's a recycler on the bottom. I can Metal Maker again. I'm not going to take anything. And now I have a 50-50 chance of top decking Recycler. I don't know. Metal Maker's just breaking the game today, I guess. I don't know. Insane desync. It's letting me just click the attack. I suggest you get a Starlink. Yeah, this is not my internet, bro. My internet is not the problem here. I played against like 20 and 30 games against Festival Lead. Broken deck, bro. The lead. That's why we're only playing Bastiodon decks today. We're prepped. Is there a point at which someone knows they're good enough to win a regional without luck being a factor? Luck is always a factor. It doesn't exist. No, there's no point where someone could actually ever know that. It's not quantifiable. Pokemon TCG is a strategy game like any other where you're just trying to mitigate luck. That's it. Well, like most of the strategy games. I guess there's no luck in chess, but Pokemon TCG, like any other strategy game that has RNG, is a game about mitigating variables, mitigating RNG. But that's like not what's happening here. Yeah, that's not the cause of my problems right now. Okay, this is like theoretically an auto win. See if that happens though. Might not. Just swing with Matang next turn, to be honest. Put the pressure on. I mean, at the very least, attach here, right? So there is luck in chess. Whoever is white has a higher chance of winning on stats. Search it up. I didn't even disagree with you. Look it up, buddy, if you don't believe me. I didn't even disagree with you, but it's also not luck because the higher seed gets to pick the side. So, wrong. Look it up. Or does the higher seed actually get white by default? Got what? Oh. There's no luck in chess because on average in the lifetime you're playing 50% white, 50% black? Doesn't the higher seed literally just get to pick you literally get to pick the side, right? Or you just default to white, whatever it is. So once again, there's no luck. No, it's 50-50. You play 50% black, 50% white? What's the point of being the higher? What's the point of being the better player? We win this, right? I mean, I would hope we win this. If we don't win this, there's something wrong. In 3 matches, you could get 2 matches with white and 1 with black. But how? How do you end up with one over the other? Apparently, they try to make it 50-50 throughout Swiss. Oh, you were... So, like, being, like, the higher rated player doesn't mean anything? All right, my bad, my bad. There's slight RNG in chess. I think I can just literally swing with Matang here and be okay with that, right? It doesn't seem like it should hurt me to attack with Matang. Fuck, I don't know where I want to put these. Withering Smash. Thanks, plan on going to regionals, but feel like I have been playing terrible this week and it has been a factor for me thinking about waiting for a later regionals. I think the only reason it makes sense to not go to a regional, if you want to go to a regional, would just be like if you can only like afford to go to like, I don't know, let's say that you can only go to 4 to 3 regionals. Then if you want to wait until you can like you feel more comfortable, then that makes sense. But if the difference is if it doesn't change whether or not you go to the regional, like then you should just go to the regional basically. It's like if you don't go to the, like let's say if you're gonna go to 5 regionals, but if you don't go to this one now you're gonna go to 4, and like financially or time wise it doesn't really make a difference to you. You should just go to the regional basically. So it depends what the factor is for you, but If it's not like a financial or time thing, then you should just go to the regional, because that experience is going to be worth more than waiting to go to a different regional, basically. So it just kind of comes down to that. I have 3 dead cards on the bottom of the deck right now. Well, yeah, Festival Lead can't beat Bastiodon, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's an auto win. Go to the regional even if you have no idea what to go play? Yeah, sure, why not? If you weren't going to do anything else that weekend anyways, why not? Just go to the regional. Like, if financially it doesn't make a difference and you weren't going to do anything else anyways, like, yeah, go to the regional. It's just not that serious. It's just not that playing in a regional championship is just not serious. Like, it's like the most unserious thing you can possibly do. Yeah, we're about to double dawn them here. The game's just over. Never been less serious than right now. Dawns are in. I don't even want to play the petrol here. I don't even want anything from a petrol. I can just try and find a... Oh, it only takes 3 energy to attack? What the fuck? Dude, the squad is set up. I can't afford to go to any regionals. How hard do you think it is to get player rewards off of only locals? You mean like the ace trainer and everything? It shouldn't be that difficult. I don't know. I don't even know how many points you can earn at locals. No, I mean, it depends how... I mean, it depends how good you are and how many locals you can go to. But, like, theoretically, you should be able to do it, for sure. How many points can you earn from locals total? You need what? Yeah. You know what? Porygon Power, I believe in you. You can do it. You need to get 200. 260 is max from locals, and you need 200. Yeah, you got this. You got this, Porygon. No problem. Isn't this just unwinnable for them? It is, yeah. It very much is unwinnable for them. They're literally fucked. It's over. The Impervious Genesect. What you're saying is bring Matang to locals. Noted, noted. Yeah. Matang to locals. Easy dubs. Your savior, Matang. I really like the idea of this deck. You should make it as consistent as possible. Okay, that's good. It's more if you're looking into a potential meta for an event. 2 decks with similar matchup spreads matters a lot. I mean, not really. You just pick what deck you want to play as long as it falls under the expected win rate threshold that you're trying to meet. And you get good at the deck. Doesn't really matter past that. If that matters, then you should just be playing Dragapult, basically. If that matters to you, then you should just, if it matters down to the point where it's like you just need to play the best deck, then you just play Dragapult. You're not actually concerned with like picking one deck over another. You're concerned with playing the best deck. Or if you're like, I have 2 decks that I'm fairly proficient with, then you just pick the one of the 2 decks that you're most proficient with. I actually don't want to quarry before I would petrol, because I would like to petrol away this quarry. So I actually think I play this first to try and find petrol. But actually, I think I can just go Dawn. No, I can't, because I don't have Buddy Poffin, so it's got to be petrol. I take it back. Petrol for Secret Box. Get rid of the quarry. Oh, I was supposed to check how many Sheldons and Beldums I had in the deck. Well, mistakes were made. I'm gonna get rid of the Sheldon and hope I have 2 Sheldons. Shieldon. Actually, in this matchup... In this matchup, the Bastiodon is super important. Maybe I favor the Shieldon over the Beldum. I should have checked. Oh, thank goodness. I have... I have 1 Beldum, dude. What the fuck? I priced 2 Beldums. Not good, folks. Not good. Not where we want to be. I mean, we're going to be able to slow our opponent down theoretically, hopefully, potentially. We'll be all right. Dragon Ball and Grim aren't the same deck, though. You can be a good Grim player and a bad Dragon Ball player and vice versa, and that's why he's saying they aren't fair comparison. Yeah, because it's like... People just... The problem is... The problem with something like the... We can call it the Grimmsnarl Pult Dilemma. Is people try and draw the conclusions, in my opinion, in a weird way around decks like that. Where it's like, well, they both damage the active and snipe the bench and play Monkey Dory. It's like, these are all true. But one of them is always just a better play in the metagame. It doesn't really matter. But it's just the same thing as like, between Zoroark and Dragapult, one of those is also just a better play in the metagame. So it's like, it doesn't matter. If you're concerned with playing the best deck, then figure out what the best deck is. If you're picking between Grim and Pult, for you personally, there could be a bunch of different factors that would lead you to want to play one over the other. Then at that point, I think I might want that last fossil, actually. At that point, it just comes down to what you want to play, for the most part. I mean, if I can knock out this frog, that's pretty good. If not, I can just go back into Ichipollen. That's also okay. Tang. Shield on. But I'm always down to kill a frog, you know? Oh.
It's dead.
Bye, Froggy. There's more that I can see a situation where you'd say X deck is just a worse version of Y. I agree those two aren't like that. Yes. Well, situations where I think that can come up would be like... There's still always the best version of that archetype. But there would be like a category where it's like... the category for me would be in the realm of like... If you take Raging Bolt and Slot Box without Raging Bolt. If you take Slot Box with Raging Bolt and Slot Box without Raging Bolt... Pokemon players, to an extent, have decided that Raging Bolt is Raging Bolt, and it's not Slot Box with Raging Bolt, which is fair, but it truly is at the end of the day. So there's the best way to play. There's a best way to play Slot Box, and it doesn't have Raging Bolt in it. There's also a best way to play a Slot Box with Raging Bolt, but at that point, it just comes down to like archetype preference. But then you're just playing like a worse version of the deck theoretically. But it depends how like a player would categorize that idea. Like if they're just hell-bent on playing Raging Bolt, I guess you just play the Raging Bolt in there. But at the end of the day, Raging Bolt is just bad Slot Box. Yeah. Is Slot Box just Terra Box without owls, though? No, it's Slot Box. No. You make me think about it for a second, though. How many cards do I need to swap out of Slot Box and make it Raging Bolt? Make it Raging Bolt. It has to be like Raging Bolt plus Ogerpon, basically. Once you add the Clefairy in there, it's just Slot Box. Probably something like that. I probably actually should have been tanked first here. I messed up. It's okay. I think we cook our opponent anyways. I think just swinging here has got to be fine, yeah. When does it cease to slop? When does it cease to slop? I think when you cut, yeah, if it's just Raging Ball and Teal Mask, then it's like... What if you have the Wellspring in there, though? Once you add Clefairy, it becomes Slot Box. Then you're just playing Slot Box at that point. At that point, just cut the Raging Balls and play a better deck. I think you can play Wellspring... But you can't play Clefairy. Once you play Clefairy, it's like we're just playing a worse version of Slot Box. If you play Clefairy but no Psychic Energy? Okay, well then I mean, that's like unquantifiable. It's not unquantifiable, it's like, who cares? At that point, you're just playing a bad deck. You're playing a bad deck on purpose to win an argument. That's what that is. How do you get any wins with that Beak Vault deck, bro? I'm having the brickiest experience ever with it. You lucky? I don't know. The deck was like running kind of fine for me when I played on ladder. Obviously it did not play out very well against LDF, but it was chill. The best deck at your local card shop is somewhat different from the best deck at a carefully calculated regionals. Well, yeah, sure, but we're just always talking about in the idea of like in a metagame. It doesn't really matter where the metagame is. I break bad with Beak Vault at locals, just couldn't get draw support or energy. I mean, that was my follow-up experience with the deck as well, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, are they going for the numbing water? Wait, oh, I don't take damage, but they can still paralyze me, sure. If they got it like that. But do I even have any energy left at this point? I actually kind of want to check. I don't know if I do. I have one. Okay, good to know. All right, squad setup. We're lucky. I probably shouldn't have put any energy on the Bastiodons, to be honest. I don't know why I put energy here. It was like so I could retreat it, but I don't know, just not a huge concern, I don't think. No, there's no Excadrill in this list. Excadrill list. Hilda helps Beak Vault. From the games I played, it did not seem necessary at all, but further testing could lead me to want to include a Hilda to help find the Voltaic. Okay, so they have 350 HP. They need to attack with this one, otherwise they can't attack with anything. I should just go Metagross Punch for 150, right? And set up the 2-hit? Because if they Wally it, they can't attack. Now I can use this to thin.
Ayo.
And Jessica off the board could help that deck so much. Oh, Tome's an Excadrill. Well, that's why I like Hero's Cape, though. Because you can protect your Genesect or the Excadrill and make it a harder kill. Oops, Cyclone. I don't get to play the card I grab. So I was like, I could grab Dawn and then get the last 3 Pokemon out of my deck, but I can't do that, obviously. That's cheating. I literally just did the I did the meme play. Team Rocket Transceiver for Petrol for Team Rocket Transceiver for Petrol. To thin out the deck. Insane. Yeah, it's got to be just like punch for 150, right? Don't discard the energy. Because if I discard the energy and then they go retreat Wally, then I just lost the... Oh, but they could AZ's Tranquility. Oh, no, but I would still KO him anyways. Oh, no, we're chilling. Yeah, I still KO even if they AZ Tranquility. Because it only heals... It doesn't heal enough. Does not heal enough. Yeah, the energy here on the Bastiodons was so bad. I don't know why I did that. I should have just left more energy in the deck and just like chilled. Angle could work here. Yeah, it would work against this. Honestly, is it only this? What else would I be like? Mega Greninja is like the most popular deck where Bangle Gravity Mountain would matter, right? Because every other matchup Gravity Mountain just does the job. Or am I trolling? I don't think I'm trolling. It just doesn't seem worth the inclusion, to be honest. I played 2 Recyclers. I think Reshi is worth the spot in Zork. Depends on the build. In like the go-to builds right now, it doesn't seem worth it, no. Like the Tord build, no. Doesn't seem worth. You have enough options. Zekrom's too important. Save/scoop make the most sense for sure as long as you get the setup. Yeah, and that's like the problem. That is like the problem. I mean, Dawn is only good in this because I grab it off of Petrol. I grab it off of Secret Box after I use Petrol for Secret Box. I don't think Dawn makes a ton of sense in the average. Yeah, I don't think Dawn makes a ton of sense in the average build, to be honest. Why is Dawn better than Brock? Because it finds evolutions. And a basic. It gets me a Metang and a Genesect. And then I get a Metagross with that as well. Or a Bastiodon. It's just so much more value. Getting 2 basics is just not that good. Genesect finds evolutions. Yeah, but I have to find the Genesect. And this deck plays a lot of evolutions, so it's like fine. I don't know how many energy are left. I think I hit them guaranteed though with that. So I'm just going to attack with this, take the knockout. And I could pull the recycler off the prize cards. But I actually win by going KO Pat Rat with Boss bounce back. So I think we're chilling. Let's play some games with Mega Slowbro. Those against Mega Frostlass and Mega Starmie. How can we tackle those 310, 320 if gravity's not working? Just punch him again.
Punch.
Another time. Is the best version of Toucannon straight Toucannon with new Gladion and Max Belt? I wouldn't play Gladion and Toucannon, no. You're never going to get to a 0-card hand with Toucannon. Max Belt's pretty good, though. Win with the Bastiodon KO? We could also just bounce back the Wrath, though. Think Mega Slowbro is worth the include in Slow King? I have no clue. Its strongest matchup is Festival Lead, and Festival Lead really isn't that popular, so not sure.
Oh.
I mean, that's not good. Huh. Now what? I could just Petrol for Boss, and then I have Hammer and Boss win next turn, but they could have second special red card. I could also just Petrol for Recycler, try to load up a bunch of energy and play. Oh, they win next turn. What the heck? They win with double basic water. Dude, what the fuck? How'd they draw so many prize cards? They're down 6 basic water and Great Hall Net. They have Night Stretcher left. No, but they can't attack. They can't do both. Do I think they play a 7th basic water? Probably not. They're down 6 basic water and Great Hall Net. They only have Night Stretcher left. If they're playing a list like similar to mine. Petrol Pokepad and Metagross kill? No. No. I don't know what play you see. I think it has to just be Petrol for Boss. 12, 13. I might have 1 energy left in the deck. Then hope they don't have a red card. But what if they have a red card? I mean, if they have a red card, then I lose. I could Petrol for Recycler, try and hit 3, and then punch this really hard. Energy Recycler, try and hit 3, hit this really hard. Then they could just Wally. Or is their Wally gone? Wally is not gone. I think it's got to be Petrol for Boss Pass. I think it's literally got to be the move here. Punch the first attack to force the switch. I mean, they just run to the rat. I mean, I guess I do damage, right? I may as well do damage. Should set this up here as well. If they have games, then just better go for a kill. I literally cannot win the game this turn. It's literally impossible. I mean, yeah, if they have 2 waters, we just lose. I mean, I can't really, like, I can't realistically get to a hammer attack, though. Well, that's not true. If I top deck Stretcher or Recycler, then I could Petrol for the other, and then I guess I could. But then I shouldn't have actually played the Transceiver. I guess they could red card me into both of those cards. I probably should have left the Petrol in the deck, actually, and not played the Transceiver. Plays multiple red card anyway. True, true, true. Not even worth it. Wait, did they play Hilda this turn? I wasn't even really paying attention. They did not get an energy off the Hilda. The biggest issue is Boss Matang, right now? No, that's not an issue. If they do that, I just eventually draw into. I just play Petrol for Recycler, and they just keep attacking. If they don't have win this turn, they can't win. No, the most they could do that turn would be to go red card knockout, or actually just have 2 waters and win. If they boss my Matang and pass, it just is not relevant. If I can't win next turn, it doesn't matter because that means they're not winning either. I don't edit my own videos. No, I have an editor. Yeah, we just go for turn 1 itchy, and then build up our board. Maybe get more aggressive if they have a slow start, but we'll have to wait and see what they do. Did they prize 3 Dreepies, or did they misplay? There's no way double Dunsparce. Slow start, yeah. My bad, it's Dragon Ball. Why would I ever assume that they could have a slow start? Yeah, my bad. Oh, and the inner attachment for turn. Yeah, we can't forget that, right? Yeah. Sorry, chat. Sorry. I apologize for my insolence. Fool. Oh, and I prize my air balloon. I can't turn 1 itchy. All right, I guess turn 2 protect charge it is. Set up the boys. Fuck. Not what we wanted, but that's what we're doing. It's not bad, though. It's not like a bad line, I don't think. I would have loved an itch, but no itch. That's fine. Let's pass. I don't know what I was thinking about there, but looking forward to your take on the Archaludon version 2. Bass is fun to build around. Yeah, I'm excited to try it out as well. Just need some. I mean, honestly, what about Dragon Ball Bastiodon? Nah. But think about it. Just give it a thought. Maybe. What A-Spec would we even play in that build? Is another question I have. What is the best A-Spec? Kind of rude there, not gonna lie, brother. That's pretty rude of you. Oh, I can just punch him with this guy, though, right? Smithereen Smash? Broken. Yo, we are Smithereen smashing. I guess I should like peep my energy hits first, right? you see how many we hit before we like commit? I guess no matter what, I'm gonna evolve it. Oh my gosh. I can't do anything with that, man. Thanks for nothing. Oh, but I could have popped this into Badoo. Oh. I should have got Badoo off the Dawn and then not benched the Beldum and then seen what I got, and then I could have Itchy Pollen if I whiffed. Oh, the throws! He's back at it again. Yeah, because now I think I go discard, push, evolve, bench. I think we're still in a fine spot, though. I will say that. Like, I think we're still fine. We're chilling. I think we're still okay. Actually, I still kind of want an Ultra Ball in here, to be honest, because being able to, like, discard, like, excess Bastiodon pieces throughout a game would be nice. Yeah, Itchy Pollen here probably would have been better, but this isn't, like, a bad... I'm not, like, mad about our board state here, to be honest. Like, our board state is, like, okay. No major complaints. Maybe some minor complaints. Nothing crazy. All right, well, my opponent is still doing nothing, so... So Quad Matang is pretty good as well. Because yeah, I'm gonna have all these dead Bastiodon pieces in the deck for like the whole game. Being able to like get through some of them would be nice. But my opponent still can't find a Dracloak, so I guess it's okay. You want a Gwen or two? Ooh, actually, like a one of Gwen wouldn't be terrible. Yeah, I actually don't hate the idea of that. Yeah, we could get a Gwen involved.
Appreciate it.
Freezer Man. Dude. What the fuck are they drawing over there? Like... Yeah, maybe that's the move, honestly. One of Gwen. First I thought they just prized Dreepies, but apparently they literally have nothing. Or they even put the Shaman in play? I mean, I guess it's the sacrifice, right? The thing to push up after the active dies. It's not terrible. They don't want to lose any of the other Pokemon. They theoretically could have just like left the bench space open and push the Monkey Dory, I guess, or push up Dunsparce if they thought they could get access to the Dunsparce to have the flexibility of picking what they want to push after my turn was over. But if they don't think they had that flexibility, then preemptively benching the Shaman's not bad. Just obviously not good to have in play. I mean, I need a top deck and out to the Gravity Mountain or the Brave Bangle. Attach Retreat is not... Would force an extra energy here, but... It's actually kind of weird. How many boss have they used? 2? Okay. That's not good. Wait, that was 8. The bottom half of the deck now. I want to load up 3/3. No idea what I'm top decking. Alright, hammer in. I cycled 16 cards there, so I don't know what I'm about to top deck here. But I think I technically should have an idea of what I'm about to top deck here. Yeah, we should always have some dead cards to get rid of with a Gwen. So like having a Gwen in the deck. Oh, well, now my Bangle shut off, so it has to be Gravity Mountain. And I know the Gravity Mountain's on the bottom of the deck. Now it has to be Petrol or Rocket Transceiver. I guess the question is, should it be a Gwen or should it be an Ultra Ball in the deck? As like a way to just like thin out dead Bastiodon pieces as the game progresses. I actually don't know. The +1 draw supporter is probably correct. Should have held that arc to attack with Pult. Well, if they're assuming my Bastiodon is going to get stuck in the active, it's going to make a difference, right? When runs the risk of drawing your energy. I mean, it doesn't really change the odds of us hitting off Metal Maker, though. It's still the same odds. Our odds don't change. We could not play Gwen, and then we could whiff all of our Metal Makers. But we could play Gwen, and then we could draw 6 non-energy, and then we increase our Metal Maker odds. Or we could not, or we could play Gwen and then draw 6 energy, and then reduce our odds. At the end of the day, our odds don't our odds don't really change. I mean, I want to evolve this no matter what. I think I push Genesect, because if I whiff, I'd rather attack with Genesect than just evolve this on the bench, right? I don't want to give it to them for free. Sucks. Well, I have to evolve both, because, yeah. I could, like, monkey. Fine. Oh, I should have. Fuck. I have control over this, so I should have looked first. Double Transceiver, Rocket. Dude, 3 of my next 4 cards were hits. Okay, all of my supporter outs are on the bottom of my deck. Well, I don't know what the next 4 cards... Oh, I guess in the next 4 there was Gravity Mountain, but I don't know. No, it's probably correct to shuffle. I don't love our situation here. Yeah, we'll add one Gwen. I'm down for 1 Gwen. Just have metallic signal synergy. Why on earth did they make the best ability turn off when it was in the active? Because I thought it was too good if it was just be able to be active no matter whether it was on the bench or in the active. So it gives some amount of play around to the card. I got second online tournament with Zam Syndicate, farmed by Pulled Chicken in the final. Have I tried it? No, but it seems pretty decent as a good. It seems good as an inclusion. Okay, can we top deck a good card? It is slap, but if we just play more support, but I don't know. I play a decent amount of supporters in this deck. Like, there's a decent amount of supporters in this deck, like, for sure. Just unlucky, I guess. I need to recycler. There's 5 in the deck.
Okay.
At least 1 there. I should check what else was going to the bottom. I don't know what the rest of the last 3 were, though. Should have paid attention. Never lucky. Oh, I should have nitrogen. Oh, I fucked up. Fuck. I didn't need to evolve this to a Metagross, but I should have at least nitrogen for the Metagross. Because then I could Genesect for it. Oh, that's huge. That's such a massive throw. Oh, no. Check the log. The log doesn't show what you didn't hit. It only shows how many energy you hit. That could be a massive throw. Uh-oh. Oh, they're down Judge and Unfair Stamp. We might be safe. We might be safe. Oh, I still don't even KO them, though. I need a top deck boss or an out to Gravity Mountain, so... Not even there yet. Wonder if I just like Itchy Pollen them for a turn. Doesn't seem very good though. Oh, they're down 3 boss. Actually, down 3 boss. Actually, Itchy Pollening for turn could be effective. to just like itchy palm for a turn and give myself a chance to find boss or something. 3 paws down. Into the boss.
Oh.
So there was 2 energy on the bottom of my deck. In the bottom 11 cards. So in the top 9 cards, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, shoot. Did I prize an energy this game? I recycled 5 back into the deck and hit 2. So I play 15 energy now. So there should be an energy in the top 8 cards. When I should be able to double my tag. Yeah. We got him. We got him. Metal Hammer with Bangle for KO. If only. Been playing Pokemon TCG relatively seriously for like 2 weeks. Typically play Yu-Gi-Oh! And One Piece. I underestimated how intricate and good the gameplay is. This game's 100% slept on. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad you're enjoying the game. But your comment is funny because it sounds like someone coming from Yu-Gi-Oh! Or One Piece who have pre-existing notions about the Pokemon TCG based on what other people have said. Or just based on how players from those games talk about Pokemon. Your comment is like, I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's super cool. Like, that's super cool. But it is funny. Like, that's where my thought process just went there. I thought the shit was for babies. Yeah, exactly. It is sick to hear that you're enjoying it. But it's very funny because it like fits the stereotype so well of how people view the Pokemon TCG. Fuck. No, I think I still hit it. I think I still hit it one. It was also a recycler. I like, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was there. I'm like, got him. If I like price checked and everything correctly, I would just know, but I didn't do any of that, so I didn't know for sure. But also, I should have played the Night Stretcher so the Metagross was just in the deck. Because I knew there was a chance they could hand disrupt me here, like because they still hadn't played a red card. It was close though. Got him. Wait, we're kind of cooking with this deck now. Let's put the Gwen in. Let's just up the supporters by 1.